Oh, I hope I updated the thumbnail. I honestly don't know if I did or not. It's a weird thumbnail, that's all I know. Yeah, okay, it worked. I put the thumbnail together in like 2 seconds because I really didn't feel like making any other type of thumbnail. I don't know. Usually the Q&A thumbnails aren't that interesting anyways. They're usually literally just like my face with like the words Q&A. And to me that's usually enough. But today I just want to do something different. So we did that. All right. So what's up, everyone? I see the problem with streaming, and the reason why I gave it a couple seconds before I even say anything is because like most people aren't gonna hop in the stream within the first 2 seconds of me going live. So I gotta give it a few seconds at least to like, let it sit in. Because the only people who click on the stream right away are people who are already like probably on their phone or whatever because then they got the notification. But if you're not on your phone, you're obviously not gonna join the stream right away. What's up, Skullraiser? What's up? Is it Brian or is it just Bryn? I don't know, but I hope you're well too. What's up, Jason? I am doing great. I haven't really streamed a lot. Twitch, I know you usually check out the Twitch streams. I haven't done much of Twitch in a long time. I've just been busy, man. It's just been like non-stop work, but I want to do more of it because I haven't played Dying Light in like a month. It's literally been more than a month since I played Dying Light, which is crazy because it felt like it's been like 2 weeks since I played that game, but apparently it's been like 6 weeks or something crazy like that. I don't know. What's up, Mari? What's up, Abdul? What's up, Lee? From England. Can I get a shout out for my gran? She is 3 years off crack. I'm very proud of her. Well, shout out to your gran. Hey, what do you think about Afterlife? Like the afterlife, or are we talking about like is afterlife a thing that I don't know about? Like you talking about like the idea, the concept of the afterlife, you know? Because if you're talking about that, honestly, I could probably sit and talk about that for like 5 hours because it's interesting. That shit interests me. It does, but I honestly don't really have any distinct beliefs about it. I'm kind of just in the position where I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like it could be, or it could not be. I don't know. Where's the facial hair? Honestly, I haven't had it for a while. I had it for a little bit in like January, but I prefer clean shaven. I don't know what it is. I never like having facial hair. Maybe because I can't like grow out like a big ass beard yet. I probably could, but I just haven't tried to because I get to the point where it's like because I feel like either clean shaven or big beard is the only two good looks that at least I can pull off, right? And so when it's just in that medium stage where it's not big, but it's also like it's just there, it's just itchy and it makes you look a little weird. So I always just end up shaving it from the get go. How do you handle with the stress of it all? That's another one I could probably talk about for like 5 hours. Actually, I want to finish the afterlife one first. Like I said, I don't have any distinct beliefs about it, but I hope there's something there. I hope there's more to life after you're dead. But I can't really say what I believe in because I don't have any. I'm the type of person where I need proof before I can believe something fully. So all I can do is just assume maybe there's something else there, but I don't know. But handling of stress, exercise, healthy eating. This is like whenever you look up anything online, like how to prevent anything, it's always exercise and eating healthy is always the first two things that come up, which I don't even fully do. The eating healthy part, I try to exercise as much as possible, but eating healthy, I fail at that a lot. I don't with drinks though. I've stopped drinking soda. I'm drinking water like 95% of the time. That's what I think everyone should try doing because every drink other than like water is like terrible for you. It just is. I don't know why. I mean, maybe not every drink. Obviously, like tea is fine. I think coffee's honestly not that bad for you. Too much of it's bad for you, but a little bit's not bad. Obviously I have alcohol every now and then, but it's not like frequent enough. But that helps with stress. It does. Like there's something biological about your mind that handles stress in a better way when you're just physically healthy. You know. Uh, what do you what do you think about Daredevil and the other Defender shows finally being on Disney Plus? I thought it was fine. It doesn't really matter them being on Netflix or Disney, but it's just nice to have them on Disney Plus. I guess. I just started Daredevil. I'm only on episode 2 though, so I really liked episode 2 a lot, even more than the first one. I haven't uploaded the episode 2 yet to YouTube, but what's your favorite movie in general? Joker. That is my favorite movie of all time. It's honestly the movie. I don't know if I've said this on the channel, but that Joker is the movie that like got me into movies. You know what I mean? Like I liked movies before that, but I never really watched them like in a caring way. I just kind of watched them just for like, just fun, entertainment, whatever. Just like you put on a movie in the background with your friends just for fun. But Joker, when I saw that back in the theaters in 2019, something about the way it was done, it kind of just switched my mind, and I started getting really interested in film a lot more than I was before, and eventually led to me making this channel in the first place because I wanted to talk about movies more, so that's what happened. What editing software do you use? Sony Vegas. I'm not gonna pull it up. I was gonna pull it up to show you guys, but like that would just cause problems because when you're streaming and you pull up editing softwares, it just fucks up. Scream 6 is going to be about Gale Weathers. Really? I did hear they announced that, or they announced that they're doing it, but I haven't seen much about it. What do you think about the LGBT community? Love them. Well, not in a sexual way. I only love people I actually know, but I like them. I like everyone. The thing is, like, I'm never going to hate a group of people. You will never hear me say I don't like a group of people because I never will, like, doesn't matter what group it is. Doesn't matter if it's like something that you're born with or something that you just join. I think it's so stupid. I can go on a tangent about this all day long, but I think generalizations are the worst thing to society, right? So hear me out. And there's a lot of movies that cover this well, and I don't know why I'm bringing up movies, but there's a lot of movies that cover this topic really well, and I absolutely love movies like this because I think it's, like I said, one of the biggest problems with society is generalizations. And it could be, like I said, anything. It could be race, it could be sexuality, it could be literally just a group you're a part of, like a club or something. It doesn't matter what it is. But people will have one bad experience with one person in that group, and they will generalize that entire group as being all the same. No, this one person was in that group and they were like that, so I'm going to assume everyone in that group is the same way. So then they avoid people like that. They don't talk to them. They're scared of them. And it's like, well, why? It's one person. So what I think everyone needs to just fucking do, and I don't know why people can't do this, view people individually, not as part of a group. It's great to be a part of a group, but I'm never going to view someone as, oh, they're part of this group. I'm just viewing them as who they are individually. Because that's the only way I think you can actually, like, tell what a person's like, That's just my view on that. But I could talk about that all day because, like I said, I think that's one of the biggest issues. Like, just people just completely disregarding people because they're part of a group, I have a movie recommendation. You should watch the Disney movie Dinosaur. Never seen it, never heard of it. You know what show you have to watch? The Boys. It is probably one of the best. That is on my list. But like I said, shows are hard though. Like, shows are so annoying because they're so long, man. Like, Daredevil is going to be easy because it's only 39 episodes. Actually, 39 is actually a decent amount. It's not like nothing, but it's still a decent amount. But it's enough to the point where, or it's not too much to the point where I could still get it done within like a couple months maybe. But some shows are just so long and it's like, shit, I don't know how to do that. Oh my god. Watch that movie X tonight at the cinema. Yo, I want to see that so badly. I saw a trailer for that. I want to see that so badly. But I haven't had a chance to see it. Honestly, like, the thing about movies in the cinema and versus movies releasing online, like, I'm actually glad there's a lot of movies releasing online now because I'll be honest, I don't always have the time to go to the theater. Like, going to the theater is a lot harder than just watching a movie at home, obviously. Going to the theater, you have to literally leave your home. So terrible, I gotta leave my home. You gotta leave your house, which is obviously gonna take more time. You might wanna, you gotta drive somewhere. You have to, probably sit in previews for a little bit. Like, it's gonna take, like, a 2-hour movie is gonna really take like 3 to 4 hours of your time, assuming you're gonna go see it in the theaters. maybe not 4 hours, but you know what I mean. Like it's gonna take an extra hour probably just from going there and the previews and all that and going home. But just watching a movie at home, you can just put it on right away. You don't have to get prepared, nothing. You just watch it. So I've been able to watch a lot more of the new movies that are releasing straight to streaming. I've watched a ton of new movies this year that are straight to streaming, but a lot of the ones in theaters, I've only seen the ones that I really, really want to see, like Scream, the Batman, stuff like that. But a movie like X, it looks great, but I just like, if it was released online, I would have watched it right away. But because it's in theaters, I have to now wait a little bit because I got to find good time to see it. I can't just go whenever I want to go. To prevent beard itch, shampoo and condition your beard. I've heard of people doing that. I've honestly never done that. I had some beard oil stuff that you use, but I don't know what that actually did, to be honest. If an Avengers team happened between Jackman, Wolverine, Toby, Spider-Man, Affleck, Daredevil, Nick Cage, Ghost... Okay, I see. Like all the OG characters, that would be kind of funny. That would be interesting, just as like a multiverse thing. You would have to get all those actors on board, and I think a lot of those actors would not be on board, especially Affleck. No way in hell Ben Affleck would ever be a part of a franchise project again. Well, other than The Flash, but that they already filmed that. You just need a cigarette to de-stress. I personally disagree. Would that be cool? Yeah. Oh, you're answering that. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I doubt that shit would happen. Would you consider yourself a sexual person? Oh no, not these questions. Not really. I don't think I am. Like, I don't know. Not in the sense that you're probably asking. Not really. No. I mean, like, I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that. Besides Walking Dead, have you ever seen Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? Yes, I've seen Breaking Bad. It's one of my favorite shows, but I haven't seen everything from Better Call Saul yet. I've only seen a few of the episodes. We'll be posting round 3 of your... Oh, yeah. I'm going to probably do that tomorrow morning. Maybe tonight. No, I'll do it tomorrow morning. Best TV show of all time, Rome. I've never heard of it. Do you want Mr. Freeze for the sequel? I would not mind it. Actually, no, I would prefer Mr. Freeze for the sequel more than anyone. What MCU movie do you think is the most underrated score? Probably Iron Man 3. I gotta really think about that. Underrated, though. Like, it's gotta be one that people don't really talk about. I'm thinking Iron Man 3. I don't think people usually talk about that one that much, and it's got a pretty good score. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Yeah, I would say Iron Man 3. Fucking love your videos, man. You are so honest and seem very down to earth. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate it, Evan Garcia. I appreciate it. I try to be as honest as I can. That is one of the things I think I value the most is honesty. Like, back on the topic of things that ruin the world, I was talking about that before. I think dishonesty is one of the things that ruins the world because it's like there's a lot of people will lie for good intentions, right? So it's like you get why they're doing it because they're like, and there's certain times when I think it's okay to lie. Like, for example, telling your kids, if anyone's kids is watching right now, just tell them to leave the room for a second. The S clause thing. We'll just leave it at that. You don't know whose kids are watching. That's like a lie I understand because it's like it's trying to keep your kid's childhood like magical, right? But that's like a whatever lie. But then there's certain lies that people will tell to even the closest people to them just because they think it's protecting them or they think it's making it easier for them in the short term. But in reality, it's always the truth always comes out. There's never a way you can possibly keep a lie going forever unless it's like a really insignificant lie that means absolutely nothing. Then sure, but like the truth will come out. When the truth comes out, it's gonna hurt everyone a lot more. So if it's something serious, like just say it. Just say it. And that's how I've always felt. So I'm always trying to be as honest as I can with everyone, just because it's like that just makes life easier too. I don't want people assuming things about me. I just want to tell them exactly how it is, so they don't have to assume nothing. Simple as that. How do you feel your tastes have changed, if at all, since you started a YouTube channel? We talking like taste buds, like my like? No, I'm kidding. Um, I mean, I like a lot of more dramatic, character-driven stuff more than ever now. I think, like before, like I said before this channel, before I saw Joker, even I watched movies mostly for the action or like just big crazy stuff. Like my favorite movies were always those type of movies, and I still love those movies. I can't say I don't love action movies, but I don't cherish the action in movies as much as I cherish other stuff. Like I'm not watching a movie like, oh, I need the best action in this movie. I'm looking for the character stuff, like the development, the writing between these characters, and the overall themes that are presented in the story, and even some director things too. Like I love the camera work, and I've really been getting into how it is and how different it could be for certain directors. And I'm almost to the point where I can tell like the different styles. Like I can tell a James Wan movie apart from a Tim Burton movie, apart from a Christopher Nolan movie. Like I can tell the differences because I'm very interested in those things now, and I think that's just part of my tastes now. I kind of prefer movies that just really focus on making that the best it can be, rather than just trying to entertain the people of society who have very short uh, attention spans, which are a lot of movies out there that are just frequent action just to make it intense all the way through, so we don't ever have a moment of peace. So, most people are just entertained for longer, which is not a bad tactic for a lot of movies, because like you want to keep people involved and interested in your movies as long as you can. But I don't like the Batman that came out recently, right? That movie's a lot slower. It's a lot more character driven. There's not like crazy action in it or anything, but it's still my favorite Batman movie, you know? And I don't think it would have been if I watched it like even like 6 years ago. I would have been like, no, no, the other Batman with more action's better or whatever, you know? Are you excited for Fantastic Beasts? I haven't even watched the first two ones yet, so I can't really be excited for the new one. Are you still in school? Yeah, I'm in college. Do you prefer the Dark Knight or the new Batman? The new Batman, just by a little bit though. Have you seen the 13th Year? Nope. Have How about your reaction to Scream 2022? I saw it in theaters, so I just did a review on it. I didn't do a reaction, but review is better than nothing, right? I was thinking about, should I wait till it comes out online to react to it, but honestly, like I liked Scream enough to the point where I was like, no, I'm enough of a fan. I actually want to get the theater experience for it and like do it like that. Which I know sucks for people who wanted to see my reaction, but nah, it is what it is, I guess. You should react to Orphan. I think it's on my list. House of Wax. I could add it to my list, but I've never heard of it. Oh no, I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it. Found you because Troy is one of my favorite movies. Interesting. That was recent too, so welcome to the channel. That was one of the most surprising movies for me. That wasn't even like a planned reaction. That was a Patreon request, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I have Patreon request movies now where 5 people a month. It's max 5. I've made sure you couldn't get more than 5, because if it was more than 5, I couldn't do that many movies a month, like because it's 5 plus the movies I'm going to do that month anyways. So there's usually like 10 movies a month or something. The more than that, it starts to get to a point where it's going to be hard for me to keep up. So I was just like, because I got to edit these too. So I was like, okay, I'm going to keep it to 5. And most of these Patreon reactions or requests, I'm not putting up to YouTube, not because I don't like them, but because people just probably don't really are interested in seeing all of them. Some of them are like lower, lower in popularity movies that not everyone talks about. So I'm just like, well, there's no point of even like doing it. And so what was I gonna say? But yeah, so Troy I really loved though. So it was enough to the point where I was like, I'm gonna just upload it. I will sell my soul for your react to Mother. I want to see it. I would sell my soul to see it as well, but it's got to win the polls first, or at least get some. I don't even know if did I add it to the polls. I don't think I did on the recent ones, but I will for the next one. I'll try to keep that in mind. Going to the movies is kind of dying, unfortunately. Yeah, it's because streaming is just more accessible, so it just makes sense that it would be. And obviously, the pandemic definitely didn't help that situation, but I think people are still going, at least in my area. I know probably certain areas not so much, but do your balls ever itch real bad? What the fuck? That's not even like funny, but it just made me laugh anyways. What's your favorite movie theater snack? I only ever will eat popcorn at the movie theater. I'm not a big like snack person. Like I love my meals. I have breakfast, I have lunch, I have dinner. Sometimes I'll have dessert, but I don't eat a lot of snacks to be honest. So like in the movie theaters, I'll if maybe like 50% of the time I'll have popcorn, but like that's about it. I will never have like I don't like candy. I just don't like candy. I just won't eat candy. And I don't know what it is. And this goes back to when I was a kid. I would go trick or treating for Halloween, but I would never eat the candy. I would literally just go trick or treating just for the fun of it and then give my candy to someone else. I would maybe have like one or two candies here and there, maybe like a Skittles or something, but like I don't like chocolate really. So I was just like, fuck that. I'm not going to eat that. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Everyone thinks I'm crazy when I say that. I'm like, shit, I don't know, man. Are you enjoying Daredevil so far? Oh, I'm loving it so far. Are you going to watch Moon Knight? Yes, I am. I just saw Fresh, Sebastian Stan movie. I think you would love it. I did watch it. I didn't record a reaction to it though, but I did watch it. Because, I don't know, it looked interesting. But I think it was so fucking weird. But, like, I enjoyed it, though. Like, it was one of those movies that was just so weird. But I was like, yeah, I mean, that's all right. I mean, him being, like, a psychopath was just... I think he's a great actor in general. So, I mean, just watching him play a psychopath was, to me, just really entertaining. Out of all Scream openings, which one was your favorite? I would say the first one, right? I think that's probably the more popular answer to say. How was the movie? I can't remember which one you just posted. Which one I just posted? I don't know. Like the one I last posted? I don't know what movie you're asking about, but the one I recently did was Maze Runner. Well, for YouTube. Well, I recently posted that to YouTube, but I watched it like almost a month ago. You have great hair though. Thank you. I appreciate it. You did look good with facial hair. I appreciate it, but honestly, I just wasn't vibing with it. Did you watch The Punisher? I've seen a couple episodes, but I have not seen the entirety of it. Can we get more horror reactions? I will do whatever wins the polls. So whatever you guys want to see more of. And usually the horror reactions do get the most. Pet Cemetery, I'm going to upload this Friday. How do we have 101 people in here? What the fuck? Why? Like, I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Oh my god. The heart rate does increase a little bit. I should like get one of those heart rate things where like you hook up your like heartbeat to like a sensor to see how much it goes up as the viewer count goes up. So a lot of people say don't look at your viewer count when you're streaming because of stuff like that, but I feel like I have to because I do change my tone a little bit depending on how many people are in here, right? Like if there's literally 0 people in here, I'm probably not going to say a word because I just don't care if there's literally no one here. But like when you got 100, it's like you gotta change your tempo a little bit. Matt Damon told Ben that if he did another Batman movie, he'd probably drink himself to death. Holy shit. Yeah, that makes sense. You say you like dark films a lot on your channel. Why do you think you gravitate toward those types of films? I love that question. I appreciate that question, Ian, because I actually love that question because I've always thought of that. And I know the answer why I like dark films. And I get this question asked even from like my parents. Like my parents think I'm crazy that I like dark films all the time. Like they like more comedy, like lighthearted films. I'm always like, no, I like these dark, like gritty things. I know the reason why, right? It's because it's a pretty big contrast from what you want in your own life. Obviously, like I don't experience that many dark things. I've had bad things happen to me, but I haven't really had like the same experiences that a lot of people have in these dark movies. Like, if you have a movie about a character dealing with like, their whole family getting killed. Like, I mean, look at a movie like, I don't know, I'm just randomly thinking of the Punisher movie for some reason. His whole family dies in the beginning. That's some dark shit. It's such a contrast to your own life. And I think character growth is so much stronger in a film where really terrible things are happening to the person. That's just how it is. I mean, The Walking Dead's a good example too. Terrible things happen to these characters, and they have such distinct growth as characters because of these horrific things that happen to them. And seeing that psychological growth, I think, is one of the most interesting things about movies. And again, it's so different from my own life, right? Like, I don't really care to watch, like, I will watch sometimes, but I don't care that much of watching, like, I don't know, romantic comedies, because like I could kind of live that in my own life in a way. I've had situations like a lot of those movies, and I'm not the type of person who really likes watching. A lot of people are, and that's completely fine if you are. I don't tend to watch movies just because I relate to them, right? Like, I don't always pick movies like, oh, I should relate to that, so I'll watch it. I don't really care about relating to it. I just want to be entertained by the story and to be intrigued by it. Like, I don't relate to, I don't know, American Psycho. Like, I'm sorry, I don't relate to Patrick Bateman. I don't. But I'm so interested in this dude's character, so I automatically love the movie because of that. It's so different. It's such a contrast from my life. And I'm not watching movies to just do the same thing I'm already doing in my real life. I like it for it's very different. It's giving me new knowledge on things or whatever, which is actually why I like watching movies on things that I have no knowledge on, because I learn things, even if it's not accurate to real life 100%. Sometimes it is, so it could teach you something. I don't know. A lot of reasons I just threw out there, but in general, I don't know. I like things that contrast my life, I think. And again, for the character thing, I think characters are much more interesting when they're put in really dark situations, and seeing them like overcome those situations, I think, is one of the most powerful things in a film. Like, some of my favorite characters are characters that overcome terrible things happening to them. And that's why I think The Walking Dead is my favorite show, because that's literally all The Walking Dead is about. It is all about characters overcoming terrible things, and some of them not overcoming it and then ending up going crazy or dying or whatever. And I don't know. I think it's awesome. I've just finished 3 days of extra shooting for the Batgirl film. Really? That is awesome. I actually am excited for that one. That is one that I think literally everyone on the internet is shit talking, and they have been for a while. I'm kind of excited for it for a couple of reasons. First of all, what's his name? Brendan Fraser, is it? He's playing the villain, right? He's one of my favorite actors. I haven't really seen him in that many things, but when I have seen him in things, he's always been fantastic. So I'm excited to see him back in acting, because I don't think he's done much recently. I'm not sure if he has, but he did some interview where something happened with him. If someone wants to cue me in with exactly what happened with him, because something happened where he hasn't gotten many roles in a while, and I don't know exactly the whole story. It was something about. It was I think sexual assault related, but not that he did anything. That someone did it to him, and for some reason that got him in some sort of trouble. I'm just speaking of what I think I heard, but I'm not trying to make any claims here. I don't remember exactly what the story was, but something that happened to him that somehow got him, like, what do you call it, blacklisted from Hollywood? I don't know if that's a word, but just he wasn't getting many roles anymore. I don't know, but it was cool to see him, get a new role, because he's a great dude. So, and J.K. Simmons is in it too, so I know it's cool. You mentioned you were watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What did you think of it? Oh yeah, so I actually haven't watched an episode in a long time. Not because I don't want to, I just haven't had the time. But I think I've seen, like, in total maybe 15 episodes, and I enjoy it. I do. It's just a more fun, like, side thing. It's not really like, I don't take the story that seriously. Maybe it gets more serious in later seasons, but as it is right now, it almost feels like, to me, it feels like a more mature Goosebumps. That's what it feels like, completely. Like, every episode feels like it has some new. Sometimes they connect, but a lot of times they're different. It has that same Goosebumps feel to it, where it's like kind of horror-esque, but it's more like, fun, comedic a little bit here and there. It's not really like that serious, and so it's not exactly my type of show, but I still really enjoy it. And I have heard some people praising some of the later seasons, so maybe it gets more serious, but I'm not sure if that's the thing people like about it in later seasons. I'm just enjoying it as just a show in general, though. What are your thoughts on Grace Randolph? I don't really have any thoughts, to be honest. I don't really watch her videos, but I do follow her on Twitter. There was one thing she said that I remember I disagreed with heavily, but I forget what it was. It was something about a movie. I don't remember what movie it was, though. Can't remember, but I don't really have an opinion on her, to be honest. I have seen the original Carrie, but I haven't seen these other ones. I want to say Dexter is kind of the best TV show. I would love to watch Dexter, but I haven't yet. You should watch In Brudges and There Will Be Blood. I did watch There Will Be Blood actually recently for a Patreon request, but I don't know if I'm gonna upload that to YouTube though. I haven't decided that yet. Not because I didn't like it, I loved it, but it didn't feel like a reaction worthy movie. You know what I mean? Like there's different types of like I had this conversation with some other reactors before where like when it comes to deciding what movies you want to react to, there's certain types of movies that just are reaction worthy. Doesn't mean they're good or bad, it just means they're more reaction worthy than others. And there's a lot of fantastic movies that I don't think are very reaction worthy because not a lot of like big revealing twists happen necessarily, so it's kind of like, you know, they're not like they don't have the same tempo of a movie that you'd think would be more reaction worthy. And a good example of that I would say is Spider-Man 3. I think is a better reaction movie than Spider-Man 2 because Spider-Man 3 has a lot more crazy things happening, a lot more crazy reveals, crazy, you know, in general, that would just be more entertaining, I think, to watch someone watch that. But Spider-Man 2, I think many people would agree is a better movie. I mean, I would. I don't know if everyone else would, but I would say Spider-Man 2 is better. I just don't think it's as reaction worthy, you know? But I loved it though, so I'll think about it. I have it saved on my thing, so if I ever decide I want to edit the thing, I could. Brightburn, I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it. I do want to watch it. Do you follow any other movie reactor channels? I do, not a lot, but I watch some of them also do shows like Blind Wave. I've watched some of their stuff because I think it's really cool to watch people who are really like passionate about something. So their Star Wars reactions, like to the Star Wars shows and stuff, are just so great because they're so passionate about Star Wars. So like they watched like the Mandalorian or whatever, like their reactions to that shit is like insane. Real Rejects too, I like them. Greg Alba and they got some decent reactions here and there. I don't follow a lot, but a couple. Thank you, Buckbeak. I appreciate it. Have you watched Final Destination? I have all five of them. It's weird to hear how you say how you've changed because it seems like you know so much already. Good for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do think I have. I mean, I'm also pretty young still, so like, you know, you're gonna change a lot in those young ages, I guess. Oh shit, 20 bomb from Jason Carr. Thank you so much, dude. Sorry, gotta go. Wish I could stay longer seeing the Batman for the 5th time. Holy shit! In IMAX. I gotta see it in IMAX. I'd love to. Just wanted to say, keep on doing what you're doing, man. I appreciate it so much, dude. You are the best with that donation. I really appreciate it. 5th time is crazy, though. I've seen it 3 times. I don't plan on seeing it again, but I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I just don't plan on it. Because seeing it in IMAX would be really cool. That's the only reason I would see it again, is to see it in IMAX. Do you fall asleep easily, or does it take a little bit of time, or are you insomniac? I can't even pronounce that damn word. Like, I know the word, I'm so bad at pronouncing words. You guys probably know that. I think it depends on the day, but I always will fall asleep to watching something. Like, I will always put on a show or a movie, usually one that I've already seen, to fall asleep to. I don't like falling asleep to nothingness. I don't know why. Usually it's Friends. I so badly, and I actually might do this because I have been so passionate about this show my entire freaking life, and I feel like it needs to get like appreciated on a deeper level because it's a masterpiece in every way, shape, and form, and it's a perfect show, and it literally has saved my like mental state in multiple times in my life. and that's Friends. I'm not even lying. So Friends, I've started watching it when I was 10, probably. Something like that. I don't know, I was really young. And I've seen it all the way through probably at least 10 times. I don't know if I've seen clips multiple times, though. I rewatch it all the time. It is the type of show that, like, it's so great on not even just, like, the problem with the show is that people treat it like another sitcom. And it's not like any other sitcom. To me, it's not. It is so much different because the comedy is not situational. It's really not. It's not like you can just put on an episode and like just have a great time with it. You have to watch it in order. and you have to really understand what's happening with the characters in those points in time to really get the jokes. And I've seen way too many people just put on a random episode in a random season and go, oh, I'll try this show out, see how it is, because they treat it like any other sitcom, so they think they'll start dying of laughter from some random episode, but they probably won't if they're not a big fan of it already. But for me, I've seen this show 10 something times. If I watch any episode, I'm guaranteed to laugh at least 40 times. I'm not even exaggerating. That is an exaggeration. Maybe like 10 times or something, but I say I'm not even exaggerating and then follow it up with I am definitely exaggerating. But no, I laugh a ton because the comedy is so, it's all in the acting, really. Just the way everyone acts in that show is just phenomenal, and they're just hilarious people in general, so they make it all funny. But not even from a comedy perspective. Let's just talk about the story. They have some brilliantly interesting things in that show. There's some things that are stupid. Obviously, every show has stupid stuff, but 95% of it is just brilliant, and I kind of want to make a video just analyzing the entire show from start to finish as like a retrospective, because that'd be kind of interesting, because I love this show. I don't know, just gotta put that out there. Just gotta put that out there. Have you seen Spider-Man No Way Home? I haven't heard of it, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, no, I've seen it twice, which is weird. I saw that twice, but I saw the Batman 3 times. I did like the Batman more, I will say that. I think I enjoyed my experience more with Spider-Man No Way Home, but I think the Batman's a better movie. Burnt Crispers, I appreciate your work. Glad you do not let fans' opinions alter your reaction. Yeah, I am glad I can do that too, because the thing is, it's not even like that's not even like a thing that people do on purpose. Like, it's just the way our brains work. It makes sense why that would happen. You know, like it just automatically happens. Like, even if you tell yourself you're not gonna do it, it's gonna probably do it, which is why I always try not to even look at what people think of things before. You know, I don't look at like ratings or reviews or anything. I just go right into it without knowing what people think of them. Like Maze Runner, for example. I'm watching the movies. I don't know which ones people like the most, so I just go straight into it, see what happens. And I think that definitely does help. But even when I do see it, I do, like I said, try my absolute best to just make sure it does not alter my opinion. And I don't think it has, because there's a lot of movies. X-Men Apocalypse is probably the best example, where everyone said it was shit, and I loved it. I won't say loved it, but I thought it was a solid movie. It happened with X-Men The Last Stand also, actually. I really enjoyed that one, and everyone was like, this is shit. I'm like, oh, sorry, I like it. But then there was other ones that I did agree with the majority, like Dark Phoenix. I did think that was pretty bad. So, who's your sports team? For which sports? A lot of sports, man. What's up, Marveland? No, Melissa. No. Sonny, why do you want me to say that? Now I don't want to say it, because if you didn't say it, if you said it once, I think I would have done it. But because you repeated it like 6 times, I've now decided I don't want to. How much closer are we to Cobra Kai? It's tough. Do I have to watch all of the Karate Kid movies before seeing that? I've only seen the first one. Do you intend to react to the movie Dread? Oh, I do, yeah. I think it's on my list. Original Planet of the Apes? Possibly. Oh, Jesus. Something just fell in my house. What do you think is Jeremy Renner? Do you mean Jeremy Renner? Is it Renner? It's not Renter, right? It's Renner. That's the dude who plays Hawkeye, right? I think I've literally only seen him as Hawkeye. I don't think I've seen him in anything else, so I'd have to say Hawkeye. Like, as Hawkeye in the, MCU. $10 donation from Partinaire. Oh, I'm not sure how you feel about those animated sitcoms like The Simpsons, etc., but there's 2 that I really feel like you might enjoy, Duckman and Mission Hill. I have never heard of those. Big fan of your channel, refreshing. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. But I've actually never heard of those. Animated sitcoms, though, in general, I have enjoyed a lot of them. I would say any of the like I said, I can't pronounce things. The Seth MacFarlane shows. So Family Guy, American Dad. Absolutely love those. Though those are like, I've watched them throughout my entire life, and they never fail to make me laugh. That's about it, though. I haven't really watched many other ones. What else did I watch for animated sitcoms? what would you call animated comedies? I think is a better word. I didn't really watch much of The Simpsons. I have seen some of it, obviously, but like I haven't watched much of it. I'm trying to think. I didn't watch South Park. I was never a South Park person. Not that I didn't like it, but I just never watched it. Um, any show that was on Adult Swim usually, I guess. Oh, Robot Chicken. I used to love that. I don't think it's funny anymore though. For some reason, the comedy in Robot Chicken was only funny to me in like when I was a teenager, or even when I was younger. I used to watch it. I used to stay up till midnight to watch it when I was like 10 or something, and I thought it was I was dying of laughter every episode. But I don't think it's that funny anymore. Some of it is. I don't know. It's not as funny to me. Family Guy is still funny to me though. We were going for 40 minutes. I think we're gonna go for like an hour and 20 maybe. So we got maybe another 40 minutes left. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? Not really, no. I You know what? Another interesting topic, ghosts. I honestly don't know about that whole thing cuz it's another one of those things where it's like I can't deny the possibility of it. Like I'm a very open-minded person. I'm always like, it's possible. But I can't say it I believe it cuz I just why would I? I don't know. That just, like of course I've seen all the videos of things happening, but like, bro, it's not that hard to fake that. So I can't take that as proof. But I've had weird things happen where like something falls or whatever, but it's like I don't know. That happens, air condensation, something falls, that fucking happens. I don't know. What's your favorite snack currently? Well, I mean, I did say I don't really eat many snacks, but for the ones that I do have, I love. What do I love? I do love chips, but I don't eat them as much as I want to. Or, I mean, I eat them more than I should. That's what I meant to say. And I'm trying to stop because I don't want to anymore because I know they're not good for you. But like just like Tostito chips and stuff, I definitely love those. Um, what other snacks? Does cereal count as a snack? If it does, I eat a lot of cereal. I definitely do. No, I shouldn't. You trying to get that double guap 3000? Yo, hell yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. You should review the Adam Project. Okay, so that's another one of those movies that I watched. I just didn't record reaction to. And the reason why I didn't record a reaction is just I didn't think it was a popular movie, so I didn't like. I just don't want to put a lot of time that I could be spending into other movie reactions to movies that I don't know have not many people have requested it really. But I did watch it and I loved it. I didn't have enough to say about it for a review video, so I didn't do a review video. But there was a lot about it that I freaking it was weird though because it's like one half of the movie I loved and the other half I couldn't give a rat's ass about. So let me explain. This is for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. The Adam Project. It was the new Ryan Reynolds movie that just came out like a couple weeks ago on Netflix, I think, right? The part about about movie that I didn't give a shit about was the science like action part of it. Like anything with the villain or anything that involved nothing with the family, I just didn't give a shit about. But the stuff that I loved and thought was so beautifully done was the family dynamic between the characters. In particular, I thought the most hard hitting stuff was the stuff between him and his mom. Because those conversations, I don't know, there's a lot to that I just thought was really interesting. But it's a thing I thought of a lot in my head. Like that is something that happens a lot, where kids treat their parents like shit, and they don't realize till years later when they grow up that they were treating their parents like shit. And him kind of having that realization in the film. I'm not really going to spoil anything, but him having that realization in the film and kind of telling him his past self, like that it kills him that he would treated her like that after everything that happened. I just think it was so beautifully done. It was beautifully acted. There was that one scene in the bar. It brought me to tears. I will say that scene in the bar brought me to tears, and the scene at the end where he hugged her even also brought me to tears. It was a beautiful movie in all those scenes, but everything else I just didn't care. I didn't care when they were in that science lab trying to stop the time travel. I just didn't care. I don't know why. I just didn't care. But anything with the family stuff was amazing, so I loved the movie just because of that. I have not seen Midway, no. wins 28 days later reaction whenever it wins the polls, because I've had it in the polls for a while. It just haven't gotten many. Is your favorite director different than your opinion of best director? No, I wouldn't say so. I don't really differentiate favorite or best, only because like it's kind of hard to in a lot of cases, because I can't claim who's the best all-time director considering I haven't seen every movie. I don't think anyone can claim that, because isn't that only possible to claim if you have seen every single director out there and you've seen every single movie from every single director? That's the only way you can claim who is the definitive best director. So in reality, it's always just going to be who's your favorite of the ones you've seen, you know? For me, it's Christopher Nolan. It's always been Christopher Nolan. It's been Christopher Nolan since Inception, really, and then I saw Interstellar, and I was like, fuck, this dude's amazing. Obviously, Dark Knight trilogy is incredible. And I've been watching, well, no, I haven't been watching. I watched his first movie, which was called Following, and it was amazing. And it was a $6,000 budget movie, and it was amazing. How the hell does he do it? I don't know. I haven't seen his other 5 movies, though, so we're going to react to them. That's why I haven't seen them yet, because I'm saving it for the channel. But I really want to see them, just because I love him as a director. Have you seen the Creep movies? I have not, but I've heard of them. I've seen them like on Netflix when I scroll through. I have nightmares from watching Mother. Oh, now I gotta watch it. I didn't know it was a nightmare movie. The movie theater is fun, trust me. Oh, I agree, but it's just hard to always find time for it. What's your favorite movie? Joker. Do you play Roblox? You know, funny enough, I have a couple times, but not not on a frequent basis. No. Have you seen Brightburn? Nope. Have you seen How to Get Away with Murder? Nope. I obviously I know what it is, but I haven't seen it. Have you seen Euphoria? I've seen the first episode of the first season, and that's it. I have not seen anything past that. And I saw it like 2 years ago too, and I watched it. Can you please react to The Thinning and The Thinning New World Order with Logan Paul and Peyton List? I've never heard of that, but I will put it on the list. Who do you think looks better, Megan Fox or Margot Robbie? Margot Robbie. They're both great, but I think Margot Robbie just by a little bit. If I go to the movies, only snack I have inside me is THC. Yo, the green gaze, what the fuck's going on here? I didn't see this. Oh, you guys have been commenting a lot of crap. Holy shit. Let me just... The green gaze. Usually I give people a second chance, but you've gone on way too long with this. I'm gonna have to just hide you from the channel. I'm sorry. Oh, Miano, 99. What is that? That's pounds. No, it's not. That's like the 99. I'm just gonna say 99 cents. Thank you for that donation. I don't know why it didn't pop up for some reason. I don't think I saw it. It might have. I might have missed it, but I'm sorry. I'm seeing it now though, so I appreciate it. I missed my spot though. Kayleen Bates, why are you spamming? Why? I missed my spot though. Where was I? Oh, I was. Oh, damn. You guys have said so much that it's not even letting me go up anymore. That's sad. I blame you, Kayleen Bates. You talking too much. I'm sorry. I'm not giving people second chances if like there's certain second chances I give people second chances if it's like a clear mistake or whatever. It's just whatever. But like you're commenting poop a million times. You don't care. You don't care. Amazing content, amazing personality, addictive attitude. I appreciate it, Bard. I really do. Oh, what's up, Jack? 20th time? Officer Friendly is seeing it for the 20th time. I'm assuming you're talking about the Batman, right? Holy shit. That's insane. It came out like 20 days ago, right? Damn. Now I gotta look through. I wish when you delete the message, it just takes their like whole thing away. Because now I gotta like, whatever. Friends is the best sitcom. I agree. It's perfect. It's just perfect. Like there's nothing that like. Yeah, I'm gonna make you a mod, Jack. But I probably should. See, the only reason I don't usually do mods, because I have done sometimes where I make certain people mods and then they start taking advantage of it. Like, I don't think you take advantage of it, but there's some people take advantage of it. And I'm like, chill. The only time I ever want a mod to do anything is like spams like that, you know? But there's people who, like, I've had in the past, I'm not going to name names. I don't know if they're here, but I'm not going to name names. I sound like a teacher when I say that or something. Someone like said something that was like not mean, but like I guess you could say mildly offensive, like to me. And I don't care if someone's offensive to me. Like you can say whatever the hell you want to me, just don't be mean to other people. But this guy got like really defensive for me and was started to curse this guy out and like throw a bunch of f-bombs and use a lot of other vulgar language. And it's like it doesn't look good. Like if my mod's doing that to someone, like comment, chill, like chill. All I want the mod for, or like sometimes people start deleting a bunch of messages that don't need to be deleted. Only if someone's spamming like an unreasonable amount. That's the only time. If it's like stupid stuff like poop or something, you know. If it's like, I don't know, if it's not that big of a deal, then I don't care. But yeah, no, Friends is perfect. I've rewatched it so many times. Oh, we got another super chat. See, I don't know why it pops up here on like, I'll show you guys this screen, on this screen down here. You can see it right there. I don't know if you saw that, but it pops up there, but it's not popping up on here. So it's like I can't see it until I scroll all the way down and see it. I think only like certain donations pop up if it's like a certain amount, which is stupid. And any donation should pop up. Maybe there's a setting for that. There's probably a setting for that. I'll look into it. Let me look at it though. Where is it? Astroflow with the $2. Thank you so much, man. Watch Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. It's one of the animated films, right? If we do one of the animated DC films, I think the first one I would do is The Mask of the Phantasm, because that's the one that everyone talks about. But we'll have to get to that eventually, assuming it gets, you know, assuming it gets rated highly on the polls. Do you play any instruments? I did play the clarinet in middle school, but that's about it. I want to learn like guitar and stuff, but I don't know currently. I love your scream reactions. Thank you so much. You talking about Friends? That show premiered just 2 weeks after my birth in September of 1994, and I bought the whole complete in 2019, celebrating his 25th anniversary, just as I was turning 25. That is awesome. It's just such a special show, and like what I was saying before, it like helps with mental health. What I mean by that is like it's no secret that laughter is the best medicine. That's not even like a like it sounds like a cringy like quote you'd hear on like a family's like wall or something, but it's actually like scientifically proven that like laughter is like does help you. Like it makes you not only like it can make you go from being sick to being less sick, or it can help prevent you from getting sick, or it can, you know, if you're having mental shit going on, make you, you know, not as stressed or whatever's going on. Trust me. So a show like that makes you laugh, is important to have. That's all I'm saying. And if you ever have that feeling where you're like, I just need to laugh, that to me, that's that show. I put it on if I ever feel like I have to laugh. And it never fails. It never fails. I say I like dark shit all the time. I do 99% of the time. But that other 1% is when I put on Friends. That's kind of how it goes, you know? If you want to binge an amazing sitcom where you have to watch in order because the characters change and grow, I'd recommend The Good Place. I haven't heard of it. Are you going to be reviewing Scream 5? I already did on the channel back in January. Have you watched the Rush Hour movies? No, I haven't. Do fish get thirsty? I don't think so. What's your opinion on AMC Plus? Oh boy, I can go on and on about AMC Plus. Man, AMC Plus is terrible. AMC Plus is not good. I probably shouldn't say that because I was actually thinking about applying to an internship at AMC at one point. But no, AMC Plus, the issue I have with it is a couple things. The first big issue is, first of all, why is it separate from AMC Premiere? AMC, that confused the hell out of like a million people. It should be the same platform. Second of all, very, very buggy site in general. A lot of bugs with it, more than any other streaming service I've ever used. And thirdly, any movie on it, for some reason, not all the movies, but there's some especially even on AMC Premiere, where they'll strip it down. If it's an R-rated film, they'll strip it down to a TV 14 rating or like a whatever, a TV appropriate rating. So like, for example, the Halloween movies, I watched one of the Halloween films on it. I forget which one it was, but they took away all the gore, any kills, all the F-bombs, all taken out of the film. It's like, why? It's on a streaming service. Who cares? You're just ruining the movie for no reason. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just put the fucking R-rated cut of it. Why do you gotta cut it down to this PG-13 version? Doesn't make any sense. So I don't like AMC Plus. I only have it for The Walking Dead. That's the only reason I have it. What did you think of the Hunger Games movie? Which one was your fave? My favorite one was the second one, the Catching Fire. I loved them though. They were fantastic movies, I gotta say. I really liked them. I liked Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes. I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know. Oh, so you don't have to watch the Karate Kid movies for Cobra Kai? Okay. Why are you ugly? I don't know, man. Oh, hi, Matt. uh, Stewart was amazing as Professor X. I agree. That Superman hair is looking hot as hell. Does it look like Superman? I have a story. I think my favorite moment in my entire life, and I'm not exaggerating, my favorite moment in my entire life, when I walked into, I think I was at a shoe store, but I can't remember. It was some store, and some little boy was there. It might have been a little girl. I think it was a little boy. It was a little boy, yeah. He's like shaking his mom. He's like, "Mom, look, it's Superman." He pointed to me. I felt so proud. I was like, you think I'm Superman?" Brought tears to my eyes. That didn't bring tears to my eyes, but uh, favorite scenes from Family Guy. Um, that's a hard one. But I do think he thought I looked like Superman because I think I had that hair look in that day, and I don't think I was. I think I was wearing like a tank top. Favorite scenes from Family Guy. That's a hard one. Oh, that's a hard one. Oh shit, no, it's not. You know what? We're on the topic of dark stuff, right? My favorite scene from Family Guy, actually my favorite episode from Family Guy, wasn't even a funny episode. It was the episode when Stewie and Brian were stuck in that like bank vault or whatever for like a whole day, and they were just like trapped in there, and they were talking about like suicide and stuff because Brian had a gun in his thing and he was thinking about killing himself. That was some of the most powerful stuff from Family Guy. It was a freaking Family Guy episode. But I fucking love that whole episode. That was beautifully done. Like, this is a funny comedic show that makes you laugh from fart jokes, and they were able to do that. Have a serious episode. It was awesome. I don't know. But we're talking about funny moments. I have a ton of those. I just can't think of a specific one. Thank you for the donation, the $5 donation, Jojo. Have you ever seen Larry Cohen's stuff? I don't even know. I honestly don't know. I have to look him up because I don't know. I don't think I have, no. None of his stuff currently looks familiar, so. No. I've heard of a lot of this stuff, but I don't think I've seen any of it. Yeah, no, I haven't. Definitely haven't. But thank you so much, Jojo, for the $5. Astro Flow with the $10. Would it piss you off if Maggie and Negan ended up in a relationship? Yes, but trust me, they're not doing that. I see a lot of people thinking that they're gonna do that, but I there's certain things where it's like, yeah, if they were really stupid, they would, but I don't think they're stupid like that. Like, I have some issues with writing here and there in the show, but that's one of those things where it's like, there's just no way they can possibly find a way to make that like make sense. So trust me, they're not doing that though. There's no way. They have their show they're doing, but they're not going to be in a relationship. And I think the recent episode. Actually, I shouldn't spoil things because I just realized it's an episode that came out only for AMC Plus members. It hasn't released fully, so I won't say anything else. But let me just say the next episode will, episode 14, if you haven't seen it, will probably make you be, what's the word? Not as worried for that situation, is all I'll say. Who's your favorite? Oh, you're not even asking me. You're asking someone else. I'll answer it anyways. Who's your favorite action movie protagonist? Mine is Arnold. Probably the same one actually. Oh no. Oh, action movie. I'll go with John Wick actually. Yeah, I'll go with John Wick. Have you done a Spider-Man tier list? I've done a ranking video. Yeah, my top three is Spider-Man 2, No Way Home, and The Amazing Spider-Man. What's your favorite scary movie? A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. Why is my dog barking? Please do videos on Friends. I feel like it's one of those shows loved by so many, and your reactions would be great to see. I wouldn't do reactions because I've already seen it, but I'd love to do just like a video, just like, I don't know, analyzing it or some shit. I don't know. But reacting to it would be kind of weird because like it would just be me quoting it because I've seen it a million times. Like I would know exactly what's coming up. I would still laugh because it's still funny to me. It's not like it hasn't lost its humor at all. Liam Neeson and Taken. Oh, that would be another one of my favorite. Yeah, action heroes. Yeah, or action stars. But the problem with Taken, I used to love it so much when I was younger, but as I rewatched it, like later on, maybe it was no, it was the first one. It was the second one, and the third one, where the directing was awful. I still like the movies because I'm nostalgic for them. I watched them as a kid, but like the directing in some of those later ones were just all over the place, man. All over the place. Are you excited for Scream 6? Yeah. Well, I mean, depends. If it's not coming out for a while, it's hard to get excited for something unless it's happening like right now. You know, I've kind of come to learn that it's good to just get excited for something that's happening, sooner rather than later. Like right now, I'm excited to see Morbius. I know no one else is in the world, but I kind of am a little bit. Um, one thing at a time for me. But no, when it does come around, I'm gonna be very excited for it. Would you kiss Maggie? Sure. I absolutely love Taken. Yeah, no, I do too. What was your favorite timeline of movies? You mean like franchise or like era of movies? I don't know. I don't know what you're. I don't know if you mean like timeline as in like a franchise of like a chronological order of films, or do you mean like an era? I'll answer both. My favorite franchise is the MCU. Favorite like era of movies. That's the one that I don't really have an answer for because I feel like I like movies throughout like every. I feel like if I look at anything past the 70s, I think it's equal for me. Like I like the equal amount of movies from the 80s as I do the 90s, as I do the 2000s, as I do 2010s. You know. And will you start the DC animated universe? I don't know. I would love to. I don't know. It's gotta win the polls first. Literally touch a stop sign. Oh man. I'm still getting through the messages of these two people spamming. But yeah, the Adam Project was great. Do you think Morbius will be a messy movie? Probably, but I'm still excited for it to be honest. Because I thought even the Venom movies, I thought both of them were a bit messy. I still like them though. I wanted to watch Supernatural. That's one of the movies I've wanted to watch for a while. Oh, what's up, American Mom? These style comments are stressing me out now. I know I do got to get mods. I appreciate you being here. I know you're not here anymore, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much. YouTube does have to make it easier to like remove messages and like stuff like that because there's so many. They make it a little bit too difficult because it's like hide user from channel. Why can't I just block them? I think blocking would be a lot easier, and also block them from being able to make new accounts too. And also excited for the new Jordan Peele movie Nope. Huh, nope. No, I'm kidding. No, I haven't really seen much of Jordan Peele's stuff, so it's hard for me to like really know what his style is even like. I have to watch it. I just haven't yet. So I do plan on watching his stuff soon. Yes, Skull Razor, I'll make you a mod. You're in here a lot. I trust you. I trust anyone who's in here a lot. I'm not gonna make everyone a mod though, so don't like everyone ask. Just because if I make everyone a mod, then it's like, it's just too much. We discussed the reception of X-Men Last Stand on Twitter sometime last year after your reaction video. I just want to say I love your reviews because you're always fair and can find the good in anything. I appreciate it, and that is true. I can. I watched. Oh, this is one I should talk about. I think this is something I should normally do on these streams, is just talk about the movies I've seen the past month that I haven't made a video on, because I do, like I said, I do watch some movies on my own because I don't record a reaction to everything I watch. I watched the sequel to American Psycho, the one with the girl who plays Meg in Family Guy, and it was so awful. I think I gave it like a 1 star on Letterboxd, but I still enjoyed some of it, and I found a lot of good in it, even though it was awful. And that's to me the fun of movies, if you can even find good in the terrible ones. And I did. I thought it was an entertaining movie. I thought it had some fun to it. It was kind of endearing, but it was terrible. So, Rumor about Blade being in Multiverse of Madness, and do you think it will be Snipes? I don't know. It depends if Snipes wanted to come back for it, to be honest. That'd be cool to see him, but I feel like they're going to want to promote the new one, though. Rick Grimes is the best leading man in TV history. Oh, I agree, for sure. I can watch him take a shit. I would be happy. Gone Girl is on my list. I will be doing that whenever it wins the polls. Will you hold me gently and whisper sweet nothings? No, I won't. I'm sorry. I heard there was an end credit scene in one of the MCU movies that hinted at Blade. Yeah, it was in that was at the end of Eternals. Negan and Madison would be a good couple. Oh no. Maybe, actually, honestly, probably. I don't know. Any thought of branching out into more Twitch games than COD? I've thought of it, but it's just hard to find time for that. Like, that's why I like movies. Like, out of the 3 mediums, movies, shows, and games, I guess you could also add books to that if you wanted to. But I guess we'll talk about like the digital, virtual mediums of storytelling and stuff. I prefer movies because they're quicker. They're 2 hours. You get in and out, unless you're doing a franchise. But even then, a franchise is still, a couple movies. It might be like 8 hours total or something. Games can be like upwards of like 40 hours. And it's like, I just don't have time to do that. It might take me like a year to get through the damn game, assuming I want to play multiple games. So it's hard for me to find time for that. Like, I was playing Dying Light 2. I feel like I was playing it for at least 20 hours. And I don't think I'm even halfway through the damn game yet. So it's like, it's just hard to get through them when it's like, damn, they're so long, And so COD's a lot easier for me because it's just a game I can just kind of throw on multiplayer match and just kind of grind it out like that. Like, I don't have to really, sit through a story that if you stop playing, like when you play a story game and you stop playing it halfway through and you haven't played it in a month, it's really hard to get back into it after you haven't played it after like a month. But COD is like, multiplayer games aren't that way. You can just hop in whenever and just learn the new. Assuming you were good at it before, you're probably still gonna be good at it a month later. But to get back into like a story and get back into that feel, like, oh, I want to be back into this movie. Yeah, it's just hard to. I gotta stop. Like, I don't know. I'm sure you guys like that I do this because I'm sure a lot of you want me to steal your messages. But I feel like the problem with me doing this is that I don't get to people's messages until like 40 minutes after they've said it. So I feel like people might already be gone by the time I answer it. Well, to be fair, that's why I keep the VOD up. So if you wanted to see me answer your specific thing, just come back. I don't answer every single thing I see, but I try to answer as much. It's hard to answer every single one when I know I can't be here forever. Would you want to be cast on The Walking Dead, either part of the main group or a background character? Oh, I'd love to be casted on anything, man. I really would, but no, I would love that. Like, that's one of the shows that I think I would enjoy the most to be on, obviously, because I'm a big fan of it, but also because it's one of those shows that warrants a lot of interesting performances because they're in a dark and depressing world, so there's a lot of deep shit going on that you can really pour your heart out into performances in it, and that's why you have such great performances in that show because of that, And they usually have some pretty cool costume designs too, cool weapons they get to use, so that would be a ton of fun. Who gave you a better performance, Dylan O'Brien in Maze Runner or Jennifer Lawrence in Hunger Games? I've only seen the first 2 Maze Runners so far. I haven't gotten the third one yet. But so far, I would say Jennifer Lawrence. They gave Jennifer Lawrence more material, I think, to be honest. I don't know if she's a better actor necessarily, but they're both great. I just think the material that they gave Jennifer Lawrence just happened to make her have more interesting moments, you know. How you liking season 11 of The Walking Dead? I didn't really like 11A that much, but I'm liking 11B a lot though. Were you spanked growing up? I swear someone asked that same question in another stream. I don't know if you were the same person who asked it, but why? I really don't think I was though. Maybe like the wooden spoon once or twice, but that's about it. That's nothing though. How do you add someone correctly on YouTube? I don't know. What are some reasons that make you cry during a movie? Music is the number one reason, I think. I 100% think music is what causes emotion more than anything. And that's why I always appreciate music in film a lot more than I think a lot of people do. I think like if you take a great moment like the Green Mile scene at the end with John Coffey on the Green Mile, that scene, I don't think I would have cried without the music. Like it's a phenomenal scene. The acting is amazing, and the story is sad as hell, of course. But I don't think it would bring me to tears if it didn't have the music to accompany everything that's happening. The music is what puts you in the sort of I feel like I'm I feel like I'm like a philosopher or something the way I'm talking about this, but like it puts you in the state of mind, because there's really no possible way for a film, like no matter what they do, there's no way they can put you in the mind of those characters 100%, obviously, because you're not actually there. Obviously the situation is going to be much harder for you. It's going to make you cry a lot more if you were in a situation. But the best way for them to do it is by, and I think music is what kind of makes those emotions switch in your mind, because music is an emotional like thing. It is. It can, you know, evoke emotion, whether it's sad or happy or whatever. Music can do that. So they're trying to evoke those emotions in your brain a little bit, so you're kind of put in the mental state. And that's why I think composers are fucking brilliant, because they always are able to do it so well. They know what kind of music will make you cry. They know what type of tone will put you. And it's not like one type of music fits all. Like it's not like there's only one type of sad music. No, they specify it to the specific situation. Is it sad because of this? Is it sad because of that? Is it very sad? Is it a little sad? Is it like, they are fucking amazing with that. And the way they make it fit the theme of the rest of the film too. I could talk about that all day, but I think it's the music is what does it. That's what puts you in their state of mind. And then you obviously already know what's going on with the characters and the story in the moment and the acting, which another big part of it's the acting too. If I see another man cry, I'm probably going to cry. I'm sorry. No, I don't think, let me know if you guys think that's a sexist thing to say, but I think it's a lot more impactful watching a man cry than a woman cry, only because you don't see a man cry as much. So when they do, I just find it to be more impactful. I don't think that's a sexist thing to say, right? I don't think it is. That's just how it is. Like, I just find myself being more impacted from that, you know? Not that I can't be impacted from a woman crying in a film, because I could, but I feel like you see a lot more than you do for the men. So when a man does it, it's just like, it just hits a little bit more, for me at least. Which is why I think the Green Mile did it, what it did to me, because I mean, you got a fucking whole room of dudes crying. It's like, chill out, man. And the great music and everything, and just accompanying it. It's impossible not to. It's impossible not to. Also, when there's like kids involved too, that kind of gets me, because that's always sad. I hate seeing like kids in danger, and so or kids crying even, because they're so like precious. Or old people too, like in Interstellar, the end of Interstellar, with Murph, her crying, that got me. I don't know. Anyone but middle anyone from like 18 to like 60, I don't care if you cry. I'm kidding, I do, but oh shit, wait, we got a donation. I missed it. Fuck. Astroflow, $5. Thank you so much for that, man. Or woman. I don't know. I always say man. I always just say that, so don't think anything of it if you know. Is Clementine from the Walking Dead game series ever making a return? Okay. They are, but in a really stupid way. Because they're making a comic. I think it's a comic. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone knows the real story, correct me if I'm wrong. But they're making a comic of Clementine, like after season 4. But apparently in the comic, it starts with her leaving, like completely abandoning AJ. Which I don't get that. So I was confused. I don't know. I don't get it. But that's all I know that they're doing. I don't know if they're doing anything else, to be honest. I would love to see a live action Clementine, though. I want that more than anything, though. Do you have a Spider-Man tier? Oh, I already answered that. I was wondering, do you have an ultimate goal? Is it to write movies or make movies, or are you just doing this for enjoyment? I mean, I'd love to do both of those, but it's not really a goal. It's more of a dream. Because goal for me is just, I'm in college, so I'm already doing other stuff in college. This channel is more of like a side thing, which is mainly for fun, but it also does make me money. So, you know, I do call it a job because I am making money. I think anything that you're making money from is a job. Anything you're making money from consistently, I would define as a job. So I'm going to call it a job, even though it didn't start that way. Obviously, when I first started, I wasn't really making money, so I didn't call it a job at first, but now I do because I'm making money. But it's not like my ultimate goal. I would love to write movies and make movies. I do actually in my free time sometimes write scripts for like random ideas that I have, but I don't really like do anything with them because I mean, what are you gonna do with them? I don't know. I would love to though. That'd be fun. I can't share them because if I do, then you guys will know my secrets, my secret scripts. Who do you want to see as the villain in the Batman sequel? Oh, Mr. Freeze, 100%. Bryan Cranston would be awesome. I was also thinking Giancarlo Esposito, another Breaking Bad actor, but they would both be great. Didn't ask? No, I am not. Can we talk about mental health and depression? Oh, I could talk about that all day. Because that's a big problem with the world. That's a big problem with the world. I love your channel and gonna subscribe. Thank you, Joe's Crayons. I appreciate it. I love your name. Can I be more than a friend in you? What? Why do you gotta word it like that, though? In you? No. You could just be a friend. Oh my god. Why do you not lift? Because you don't come with me, that's why. Is this movie talk? It's partially movie talk, partially anything talk. Favorite Walking Dead villain? 100% Negan. Easily Negan. The Governor, close second, though. Doctor Strange and Octopus. Well, we're talking Spider-Man villains, yes. Or no, Doctor Strange and Octopus. Wait, no, Green Goblin and Doctor Octopus. When God created you, he was depressed afterwards because he realized he peaked and nothing ever will. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I disagree, though. I think he, like, fucked up in some ways, though. I don't know. I'm still mad about what AMC did to Frank Darabont. Yeah, so actually, my opinion on that whole situation, well, I don't know the exact situation, but in terms of Frank being the showrunner, part of me is happy he's not the showrunner anymore, and part of me is not happy because I think he is a fantastic director. Obviously, look at his work in The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption. And season 1's great too. So he's a great director and all that. But I heard he was planning on taking the show in a vastly different direction than the comics. And I don't know if I would have liked that. I kind of like the direction they went. I liked it being closer to the comics, but I do think Frank Darabont probably would have made the show been more consistently better quality. I just also think it would have taken away a lot of the other great stuff that we love about the show. So I don't know. Brandon, Kyle, and Caden, they're great guesses, but no, it's Dan. I think I've said that a couple times on the streams, but obviously not everyone's going to see that all the time. I think I've answered it too in a couple comments randomly. It's not like I don't really like go by it or anything like on the channel, so it's just people don't really know it. You look a ton like Andrew Garfield. You know, after I saw The Amazing Spider-Man in 2012, I'm not even kidding, I like completely changed my personality to fit Peter Parker in that movie, and even my hairstyle. Like I literally like made my hair look just like him in that movie when I was 12 years old just because of that movie. I was like obsessed with it. My favorite scene from Family Guy is when they are talking about his breath. Which one? Or his... I can't think of the exact scene that is, but... Oh yeah, those are euros. Okay, euros is what it was. Yeah, all right. I thought so, but I know there's euros and there's pounds, and it's like the euros are the cent of the, you know what I mean. Grey's Anatomy. Oh God, no. 18 seasons. Holy shit. I mean, I wouldn't mind watching it at some point, but reacting would be hard with 18 seasons. Why did you hate the Pikes so much? I think my issue... No, I didn't hate the Pikes. I hated the Pike choices. I liked the scene. I loved the scene. I just didn't like the choices. I thought the choices were not as impactful as they could have been. Some of the random characters felt too random. And then the main ones that were chosen, I thought 2 of them were fine. I don't want to spoil stuff, but the one that was second to last in the lineup, I thought had absolutely zero impact on the show. It was a big character that I really liked, and I thought could have had a much more impactful death, but for some reason that death did nothing. It didn't impact anyone, so it felt so worthless. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What kind of games you into? Honestly, just like multiplayer shooters. I like COD mainly. That's all I really play, to be honest. There's not much variety in what I play, so I wouldn't even call myself a gamer. I just play a couple games here and there, you know. I watched an on-air episode of The Walking Dead online site. Really? Any GF right now? Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you a picture if you guys want to see. Right here. That's my girlfriend. I want to do that with a straight face, but for some reason, the second I pulled this up, I see this is the first one, and this killed me. I wanted to pull that up with a straight face, but I saw that. I'm like, no, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. There was no coming back from that. Ugh. Still hoping you react to the 1976 Incredible Hulk movie. Oh God, I feel like I would hate it. I really think I would hate it. Oh, I saw that movie. We need to talk about Kevin. I did see that movie. That was interesting. Do you find fart jokes funny? I mean, it depends on the circumstances. If it's from Seth MacFarlane, he could probably make me laugh. So yeah, probably. Depends who it's from. Depends how it's done. I don't know. Could you do a character ranking for Friends? Honestly, I'm not even exaggerating. It's the 5 of them are tied for first, and then there's one that's in last. I can't possibly pick between the 5 that are in first, and the one that's in last is Phoebe. I'm sorry, I hate saying it because I still like her as a character, but out of all of them, to me, she is the one that makes the least sense to me. Like, yes, the show is a little over the top with some of the characters, but she's a little too over the top. Like she does has some storylines that are just like, there's no way these people would be friends with this woman. like like she was dead serious that she believed, I think her grandmother or something, her soul was in the cat in one episode. They had a whole episode where that happened. I'm like, what? Like there's some scenes in that show where I believe she belongs in like a home or something. That's just how it is. I don't know. It's just she's a little too much for me. And Joey is just really stupid, but I think his stupidity is a little more believable than her. Like it's not stupidity for her. It's just more like it's more like what? And they do some weird little things with her that are just like not that interesting. But she's still hilarious 99% of the time. She's a great character. But the other five, I honestly can't pick between them. I love Ross. He's hilarious. David Schwimmer's hilarious. He's just does stupid shit all the time. That's hilarious. Joey's stupid, and that makes it pretty funny. Chandler's the most relatable, so I like him because of that. I think Rachel has some of the most interesting storylines, and so honestly, so does Monica, to be honest. So I don't know. They're all great. They're all great. I think Phoebe's just below the other five, but they're all great. Will you do videos in season 4 of Stranger Things? Yeah, I will. I will. Have you considered watching the rest of the Defenders saga? Probably not all of them because there's a lot of them, and I've heard a lot of bad things about a lot of them. But I'm definitely doing Daredevil and probably The Punisher. I can't say for sure the other ones though. We'll see though. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Sony removing all the Spider-Man tie-ins and Morbius? I didn't hear about that, but I don't know. I'm not like against it, but I'm not for it either. I'm okay with it being its own thing. I don't really need it to have a Spider-Man tie-in, but I would like it to. I just don't really think it needs to. What cliches or tropes stink the most in superhero films? I'm not really one to hate cliches that much because like sometimes they're not really that big of a deal to me. They're just like, oh yeah, that makes sense that would happen. I'm trying to think of one that like actually bothers me though. This is more of a Marvel thing, less than like more of like a MCU thing more than anything, but like winks the camera moments I think are something that I don't like that much where it's like they're obviously made to make the audience laugh. I much prefer humor that is just like organic, just okay, that's actually a funny situation, so it's funny. Like Logan, for example, like the scene when like, Alora is for the first time speaking and Logan's like, you could speak this whole time, and then she starts going off in like Spanish and he's like, shut the fuck up. Like that is organically hilarious and actually really works. It's not a wink at the camera, it's not like a nod, it's just hilarious. But then you have some moments in some specifically more so MCU movies that just feel like they're just trying so hard to make the audience like chuckle, and it's like that line didn't need to be there. Let's be real here. It didn't add anything. It didn't. That's I think the one that bothers me the most. But it's not really in all superhero films. It's mainly in MCU films. I think a couple of DC movies did it too. Like obviously the Joss Whedon's Justice League did that a lot. But I don't mind comedy. Just make it work though. Don't make it like goofy comedy. Like let's Scooby Doo this crap. Like that's not funny. It's not. What are these polls you keep mentioning? Patreon, and sometimes I do them on the YouTube comment community tab too. But they're obviously not always going to be there. I do them like once a month or something, maybe less than that. Even if it doesn't win any polls based off watching your videos, I know you'd personally love it. The Rules of Attraction is crazy in its own way. You'd also love Serial Mom. Maybe I would, but like I said, I tend to prefer to do my videos based on what you guys want to see, not just off of what I want to see, because I might love something, but if only 10 people watch it, then it was kind of a waste of time to do all that editing just for 10 people to watch it, you know what I mean? Because that takes time. Worst movie you have seen? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation. Definitely. Are you going to do reaction? We're going to end the stream in like 5 minutes, by the way, maybe 10 minutes. So I would ask stuff if you want to get it done out of the way. Do it as soon as you can. Oh, that was just a drop of water there. That's so sad. I wanted more. Lethal Weapon 3. I don't have it planned, but I wouldn't mind to. I want to see it. I have only seen the first two. I did those on the channel. I just haven't did 3 and 4 yet. I really like your unique and more positive thoughts on the movies. Thank you. I think I do too, to be honest. What are your top 3 horror movies you reacted to? You would call them pictures. I've like never called them pictures. Um, A Nightmare on Elm Street. What's my second? Child's Play 2, and if you count this as a horror movie, I do, but my third would be Silence of the Lambs, The Silence of the Lambs. That's my third. I don't know, people don't count it as a horror movie, some people, but I do, so. If you don't count it, then my fourth would be A Quiet Place, so that would be top 4 if you didn't count that one. Yo, Jack with the $5, thank you so much, man. How would you like The Walking Dead's main show to end versus how you think it will end? That's interesting because, yes, that is a very different answer because what I want to happen is definitely not what's going to happen. That's all I'm saying. I'll answer the one that I think is going to happen first. I think at the end of this half season, it depends on a lot. I think at the end of this half season, it's going to wrap up with something, probably a character getting killed in relation to the Commonwealth story, and it's going to kind of mess up some things between, the community, but I think they're going to come to some sort of understanding. I don't think it's going to be a big war between, I think they're kind of like, people who haven't seen the comics probably think there's going to be some big war between Commonwealth and our group, but that's not going to, I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to, someone's going to get killed in some situation after they deal with a lot of the corrupted people in the Commonwealth, and I think they're going to solve that by episode 16, and that's going to be solved, and they're going to, Pamela's going to get involved. I only have 2 more episodes to do that, but I think it's going to happen. And I think the second half, or in the third half, I guess you can say, or wouldn't be half, it'd be a third, but 11C, the last 8 episodes, I think is going to involve CRM. I think CRM is going to come in here somehow, whether it be right away or a couple episodes into it. I don't know. It's going to do some sort of a time skip maybe. They're going to bring them in, and we're going to start hearing little bits about possibly Rick being back. And then I think it's going to lead to some sort of a conflict between these communities because, obviously they're both big places. And I think CRM is there's going to be a lot of, stuff between them. And then we might actually get some battles between them. Might actually be some actual conflicted shit between these big groups. And our group's going to be involved because of what happens in 11B, because they're now more involved in Commonwealth because of everything that happened. And then it'll eventually lead to, I think, Rick returning, Michonne returning, just for like one little episode, the final episode. And I do think they're going to do some big battle. And then I think they're going to do a movie. With the Rick movie, I think it's going to be something that's going to be after all this. I don't know why, though. And this is where I'm completely shaken up because they're doing these spin-off shows. I just don't get why. Like, if you're going to wrap up the story, wrap it up. Why do more stuff, And they're going to do a movie. Like, that's where my predictions kind of end, because I honestly can't predict what they're going to do after that. Like, I don't know how they're going to end it. Like, I can kind of predict what's going to happen up to that point, but ending it, I don't know. Because that depends on what these shows are about. That depends on what even happens with the movies. Where are the movies going to take place? I don't know. But for what I want to happen, this is unrealistic because they're already doing the shows, but I honestly would prefer it ended with literally all the character storylines ending. Just right there. I want to see more Walking Dead, but just not with these characters. I want to see some new, fresh faces and stuff. But I know it's not going to happen, so the way I think they should do it is wrap it up in a way that makes it so there's more to come, but it's not stuff that's necessary for everyone to watch. Like, their storylines are kind of resolved completely. We have a reunite scene between all these characters. I want the Fear characters to come into the main show, but that's not gonna happen. But I would love for that to happen, but that's not gonna happen. At least Morgan. I want Morgan to come meet Rick again, but I don't know. Maybe that'll happen in the movie. That could happen in the movie, actually, maybe, which would be great. But I think whatever they do in the movie, whatever they do in the shows, spin-off shows, it shouldn't really be a part of the character's overall journey in the show. It should be something very different, very separate, because like I said, I want their main story to wrap up already. It's got to. Not everyone wants to watch all these spin-off shows. I'm going to watch them because I'm a big fan, but not everyone cares enough to see all that. So it's a problem because it's splitting up the community in a way where it's like, okay, only the people who actually give a shit about the show are going to watch all this stuff. Which is why I think a lot of people stop watching it, because it's such a big show with so many episodes, so many seasons. It's like hard for people to keep up with. I think they got too ambitious. I think that's what caused the downfall of The Walking Dead, is all the ambition. That's why people stopped watching it. So I personally feel like the spin-off shows a bit much, but I at least hope they can wrap up everyone's stories so it's a good closing, and they don't say, oh, go watch these shows next. I don't want it to end like that. I want it to end so there's no reason to watch the rest of the shows. The only reason to watch the rest of the shows is if you are actually interested in seeing what happens next, for whatever reason. Not because the show forces you to be interested, just because you are just personally interested, And for the Tales of the Walking Dead, I just want to see the governor, honestly. That's the only backstory I want to see, is the governor. The other ones, I'm not sure how interested I am in a lot of the other ones, to be honest. I think Abraham, Rosita, Eugene would be cool, but I more than anything want to see the governor's backstory. All right. I'm going to try to get through... I'm just going to scroll through as many as I can, and any ones that I want to pick out, I'll pick out. Did Jennifer Lawrence give birth to her baby yet? I don't know why that's the one I chose to read. I don't know. Hans Zimmer is the G he is. What's the most enjoyable movie series you've reacted to on your channel? Movie would be Interstellar. And series, I mean, The Walking Dead, I guess. It's my favorite show, so it makes sense that I would say that. Most positive feedback from? Definitely Scream, though. I got the most viewers from Scream. So I'm going to assume that's the reason why. Would you drop out if you reached 100K? No, because I'm almost done. I only have like a year left. But I'd be very happy if I did hit 100K. Top 5 Walking Dead characters. I actually just did a video on that the other day, but it's Rick, Negan, Maggie. I think it was Rick, Negan, Maggie, Daryl, the governor, I think. Something like that. I don't remember. Would you say you are more of an introvert, extrovert? It depends on the day. Usually introvert, but if I'm with certain people, like, the thing is, those words are kind of like, those ones are always hard, because the real meaning of those words, I think everyone always gets wrong. People think it means, are you shy or are you outgoing? But in reality, it's like, introvert means you the best way to tell whether or not you are one is, like, do you get exhausted from social interactions? Like, I kind of feel like I do sometimes, but it depends. It depends on the person. If I'm with people I don't want to be around, then yeah, I get exhausted. I'm like, fuck that. And I just want to go home and sleep. But if I'm with certain people, then I could probably stay up all night and talk to them, which makes me feel more extroverted. So I think it just depends on the people I'm with. I don't know. I do like eating alone, though. So that part of me is introverted. I don't know what it is, but I prefer eating alone. Like, I don't like people chewing in front of me. Like, I want to just scroll through Twitter and eat my sandwich by myself. Thoughts on Joker 2? I'm very excited for it. I'm all for it. A lot of people say they're not for it, but I'm all for it. Chicken or beef? I'd go with, it depends on the type of chicken and the type of beef. Because there's different types. It depends on what you're putting it on too. If we're going with a burrito, I would go with a chicken burrito. But if we're going with like just general eating it, I would say beef. The Walking Dead needs to be rebooted on HBO. No, I don't think it's to be rebooted. I just think they need to do a new spin-off show that's fresh. Start from scratch. No other character, no crossovers. I don't want to see Rick. I don't want to see just new characters that we've never seen before. Or telltale storyline adaptation. Give us that shit. The only reason they wouldn't do it is because Skybound owns the rights to Clementine and all that stuff. AMC would just have to pay for the rights, and then that's it. And that'd be great. And actually, I just realized this the other day. The reason why the show's ending, and it makes perfect sense, this is why the show's ending. It's not ending because they wanted to end it. No. It's ending because, and this is why they're doing the spin-off shows. The Walking Dead has this licensing fee they have to pay because the show isn't owned by AMC technically. Like the show is, but the top, like The Walking Dead itself, is owned by Robert Kirkman, the creator of the comics. But that doesn't apply to the spinoffs. So Fear the Walking Dead, the spinoffs, they don't have to pay for the licensing fee. So they automatically have to take a cut out of the main show's budget to pay for the licensing fee. Plus, they have a deal with Netflix. The Walking Dead gets Netflix, right? And they don't want The Walking Dead on Netflix anymore. They want to put all that on AMC Plus. But it's on Netflix. They have a deal. There's no cutting that deal yet. So what they're doing is they're ending the show, continuing with other spinoffs, so they don't have to pay for the licensing fee, and they don't have to do the Netflix stuff. That's literally why they're doing it, and I find that hilarious. But it makes, business-wise, it makes sense. I don't think they would care if the show was still really popular, but since it's not as popular, not making as much money, they care more, and they're like, shit, we should probably just do something else because this isn't, we're not, we're paying too much for licensing fees, and we're not making much back. So when will be your next live Q&A? I do like one a month pretty much, so just come back in April. I'll probably do one. What are your thoughts on Fear? Haven't really loved all of it. I loved season 6 and parts of season 4. I didn't really like the early seasons. I didn't like season 5. I don't like a lot of it. Fear for me has some good episodes and some terrible ones and some just ones I don't care about. They're not even bad. A lot of them I'm just not interested. I don't know. A lot of it I do like though. A lot of it I do like. Most anticipated movie this year? Well, it was The Batman, but since The Batman already came out, now it's Doctor Strange 2. I think Daryl should die and take Rick's place. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. He should die and take his place, but if he dies, how is he going to take his place? Huh? Thank you for the $2 donation, though, Astroflaw. I still don't know why these aren't popping up at the top, though. They should. Michaela with the $5 donation. Thank you so much. Have you watched Fresh on Hulu? I have. I didn't react to it, though. I didn't think it was a movie that people would want to see me react to, so I just watched it on my own. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was, like, the best thing ever. I thought it was kind of hilarious because it's just Sebastian Stan's just so weird in it, and I don't know, that's funny to me. Oh yeah, Formation of the Saviors with Negan. That would be cool. They would have to get, if they got Simon back, that would be cool too. That'd be amazing. I feel like that would almost warrant like a whole separate series, but then that's just too many series at that point. I have a YouTube algorithm question. Sometimes I accidentally dislike a video, but then go back and re-like it. Does that negatively impact your status? No, it actually doesn't. And to further that, a dislike actually doesn't negatively impact the video at all either. Like, obviously, you're reliking it, so that does count as a like. It doesn't count as a dislike, so that's whatever. But a dislike actually only helps. Anytime you click on anything on my video, it's going to help the channel. The only thing that a dislike does for a video is that it affects you. YouTube might not recommend it to you as much because you said you don't like it. So they're like, okay, well, you probably don't like this guy because you dislike his stuff, so we'll stop recommending stuff to you. That's what it does. But for me, what it tells YouTube is that people are clicking stuff on your video and they want you to click stuff. They love clicking because if they click stuff, that means you might click on an ad. And if you click on an ad, they make more money and therefore I make more money. So they love it when people click stuff. It doesn't matter if it's a dislike button, it doesn't matter if it's a like button, anything will automatically help it. If you click subscribe, if you click like, if you click another video while you're on my video, if you click anything, it will help. They love that. That's all that matters. Were you mad that Andrea died in the comics? I didn't really care too much because I thought she was a very different character in general, and I think they replaced her character well with Michonne in the comics, or in the show, so I didn't care too much. What are your current feelings of Pisces? I don't follow astrology, so I couldn't tell you. Are you going to react to Moon Knight? Yes. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? I like all three of the actors equally, but if we're talking the character itself, I would go with Toby. Heard of X? Yes, I have. I just haven't seen it yet. I subbed and found your channel because of your screen reaction videos. I'm glad I found your channel. I continuously revisit those reactions. Thank you so much, Marcus. I really appreciate it. All right, Thick Chicken Nugget. I will say your name, and I'm going to leave it on that because I finally caught up. Holy shit. Why does my stream say the audio's current bit rate is lower than recommended bit rate? Do you guys have any issues with the audio right now? It doesn't matter. I'm ending the stream anyways, but I'm just curious because it's telling me that the current audio is streaming. Oh, now it's telling me it's good. Never mind. Whatever. Do you feel exhausted by streaming as you do by socializing? Not in the same way. I feel exhausted in my throat from talking so much, but not like in the same way I would in conversation, because speaking to a camera, to a bunch of words on the screen, is a lot different than face-to-face conversation. A lot different. Even if you're talking to someone over the phone or on like FaceTime, to me it's a lot different than face-to-face. Face-to-face, you get tired from that a lot quicker, assuming again it's someone you just don't want to be around. or someone you're just not like close to, I guess, too. And that's how it is for me. If it's someone I'm not very close to, that might happen. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna go. I will see you all later. For the next couple of videos, Pet Cemetery reaction is gonna be on Friday, which one of my best reaction moments, I think, in that movie. I didn't think the movie was incredible. I think I gave it like a 4 to 5, so it's a pretty solid movie. But that one moment, I think you all know what I'm talking about in Pet Cemetery. That shit like almost made me sick. I was sitting there speechless for like a minute. I did not see that coming. It fucked me up for a little bit, but that was a fun one. I'm gonna upload the Daredevil episode 2 reaction probably over the weekend, and The Walking Dead's next episode over the weekend, and after that is Avatar, the movie, the James Cameron's Avatar, Maze Runner 2, and after that, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I'll see you later. Peace out. Have a fantastic day or night or whatever it is by you guys.